All right, guys. Yes, we're back in the garage doing some more tinkering. Hopefully, this video will be a bit more scientific. That will be beneficial to everyone. I've been meaning to do this for a while, so let's get straight to it. Yep, all good things come in small packages. That's what my missus told me. So let's see what's in here. Ooh, Smart Moto. Nice stickers. So what we have here is the EVAP Carbon Can. I think that's the only names it's called. A bypass system. So that's a plug and some nipples, block off rubber squeegee things. Sorry. This is from Smart Moto. They do a lot of bypass valves and AIS block off plates. I think it is time for a bit of science. Right, stay with me here. Quick science lesson. This is a quick simple diagram of what goes on with the fuel, the EVAP, ECU, solenoid switch, and the engine. You've got fuel in your gas tank, so vapors and everything come down into the EVAP. It does some sort of carbon chemistry stuff. Whatever comes out the bottom gets vented to the atmosphere. There is also this switch, this solenoid switch, which is controlled by the ECU. So the ECU goes, I need to do something with this. I think the engine conditions, temperature, running, air-fuel ratio is something spot on. I've ticked all the boxes. Right, switch. Suck some vapors in from the tank and then we will pump it into the front and rear cylinder. And this is all for emissions and emissions control. So how do we go about deleting this? And there you go, my friends. It is easy as that. We get rid of the EVAP. We get a single hose that goes from the tank and just vents to the atmosphere. We've got the Smart Moto plug that plugs into the ECU and the little block offs on the front and rear of the engine. And that is it. So let's quickly go over why we're doing this. Positive. It helps the engine breathe better, which makes the engine run better. It is sort of linked to the stallings. If you do get a faulty switch, it can give poor running and obviously reduces some weight. And the only negative I found is it might hurt a polar bear a little bit. So actually, where is it located on these later Hypers? I was fully expecting it to be hanging out the side on this side and the other. It's actually tucked in there. So the whole tank, everything's got to come off. So that is the steps now. Let's get to work and find the fucker. So just to show you with the covers off, we've got a pipe coming out the right and we've got a pipe coming out the left. So let's carry on. So the tank's out, you can see the pipes, both of them run down the side into here, but I think with the valve on that side, I think I have to take the airbox out. So whilst in surgery, a little correction, it's actually on this side. That's it there. So that hose runs down, the big chunky one, and goes in at the top there. And then there's a little one on the other side, which there it is, that one that comes out the top. So that's where the sucker's located, on this side of the frame. So I still need to take the airbox off to get to it. Right, so we're here. We have literally disconnected every single plug. So there was lots of plugs around here, a couple at the back, a couple down the side, down there, also on the outside of the frame. Fucking hundreds of them, look. I think we've got to remove a couple of these hoses. And then I think you have to take the top of the airbox off to get to the underneath. Something like that, so we'll see. So I've since found out to actually get the airbox off completely, you've got to loosen that clamp there, which is on the rear throttle body. And then this little, that clamp there, that connects the front to that little rubber hose. Take them, loosen them, and the airbox should lift up. We'll see. So just to show you, look, the rear one is coming loose. And I hope you can see the front one loose. So there's one more thing. On the front of the airbox at the bottom, there's that little whatever hook thing, and it's zip tied into the hoses below it. So I can't get to taking it off. So I've just clipped the zip tie at the moment. So let's see if we can get it off. I think I've also got to be careful with this fuel line that goes in the airbox. It must do something in there. So I'm going to be gentle. Also, see that hose there? That's attached to the bottom of the airbox. So I need to get that off as well. So after a lot of arsing about, I just thought I'd show you with the lid slightly up, just so that you can see that there's nothing underneath connecting. There's no wires. It doesn't look like there's nothing in the way. That one at the back I had to cut because I couldn't get to that grip on that side. So let's see if we can get the whole lid off now. Right, typical, there's one more hose, see it at the back there. I'm showing a lot on it. Yeah, that's plugged in at the bottom as well, so you've got to undo that. What a pain in the arse. And voila, the creme de la resistance. In the end, I just snugged this up past the frame and I didn't need to get it off, so that was a winner. I've just got it suspended. Obviously the fuel line is okay because it must do something in there, so I'm just leaving it like that for the time being. Hopefully it'll be okay. I will block these inlets up in a second, but yeah, look, there's the little bastard. So right, now on to phase 2. Okay, so quick explanation. This tube which comes out the right side of the bike goes into the top. You've got this other line which looks like it goes past it, which I think is just vents. You've then got the one that comes out of it, loops around behind and goes into solenoid, look there. And then out the solenoid comes into a T-piece. You've got the front cylinder there, then you've got the back cylinder, which is just there somewhere. So all of it's got to come out, and then all I've got to do is vent another line from the front to the back, to the bottom. And to save fucking about, I just bought this other one from Amazon, this tube, just to make it easier for myself. So let's get going. So that's the first hose off the front cylinder, and then I can plug it in with this. There you go. Right, so hoses, pipes, valve all off. And I just took a knife and just cut these off. I ain't got a clue how to take them off. Yes, I work in computers, bruvs. I do not work on motorbikes, but for me to get this far is an achievement with my little hands. So let's see if we can get this bloody thing out now. This fucking thing, right? This big coolant hose goes right over the top. So you can't actually get this past it. It's a clear. So I think I might just have to try and chop it up into bits to get it bloody thing out. Oh, yes, we're out. I had to use a hammer and lever the ing left and right, squeeze it past that. I didn't have to chop it up in the end. And look, there's the little hose at the bottom that just vents. So I will probably use that to the hose that goes from the right side of the tank. Send it down there. Right, so the other hose, which is this one here, which goes to the left side of the tank, just runs down. So I'll try and do something similar to that. So now I've got both the hoses running down the side there. They just both go down and come out the side there. Look, you can see it. And I'll tidy that up after. And then over to the switch. So this is the switch that comes in the Smart Moto kit. So I'm just gonna, there you go, that's done. And it's got a little mount there, so you can mount it on the frame somewhere. I'll find somewhere. So as with everything, guys, in the name of science, I always weigh to see what it is, see how much it weighs. So let's check it. Everything is 636 grams, so over half a kilo. Every little bit counts. So I thought while I'm here, I might as well check the air filter, because remember I've got that lip taken off. And look, there's a bloody leaf stuck inside. So there is chances of something getting sucked in, but I mean, the air filter's doing what it's supposed to do, so yep. Might as well just stick the lip back on. That leaf was fairly chunky. This should stop that getting through, so. Right, we're looking a bit more normal now. Putting together is certainly a lot quicker and easier than taking it all apart. Trying to remember all the plugs well. One had gone behind here that I just couldn't work out. I had 4 hanging out, but at least I could only see 3. Yeah, all I got left to do is add the million zip ties, secure it in place, and then tank on. Right, tank is all plugged back in. Obviously I've got the 2 wires, I need to sort them out, but let's just see if I can start the, well, not start it, but just prime it. Should we see if it fires up? Right, everything's back together. Final test, just to double check to see it does start again. Yay! Happy days. And look at this. There's a big massive hole I can put my hand in. So that's another review installation done. We will go out for a ride this weekend, see how it is. Not expecting any problems, but yeah, carry on watching, liking, subscribing. Thank you for everyone who's supporting the channel, and I will continue to do whatever I can to help the HyperMotard Club. Cheers, people. Catch you later.